Hi guys, it's Michael for video number 11. Can't even believe number 11 at this point. Wow. Anyway, this is my life with HIV AIDS, but not necessarily does it have to pertain to that only, okay? I'm not a doctor, I'm not a nutritionist. I like to call myself sometimes maybe a little bit of a life coach. Um, I love helping people and helping you guys understand difficult things in life and how to get over them. So I'm going to be doing these videos a little bit less than normal in the future, only because I've been bombarded with people reaching out, and I'm helping people again from across the world. All over the place. I've been talking to people who can't talk about this subject freely, and they have no one to turn to, so they do turn to me, and I'm enjoying it very, very much. And something really fantastic happened to me recently in the last month or two, and it's really getting good now. I met someone who met me through doing these videos and through a mutual friend of me, of mine, and he's reached out to me, and in a really special way. He's wonderful. He's amazing. He's all I can say at this point is he is a scientist who is helping me. I reached out, and after speaking with him for hours and back and forth messages, and I asked him why are you helping me like this, and what's your motive, or what are you doing? And he said to me that he is so happy that I'm helping so many people in the world and helping them with this disease and helping them with life itself, that he told me, when you do good things in the universe finds a way to repay you. Well, to be quite honest with you, that's really, really awesome, but I wasn't expecting anything to come from these videos, only to help others. You kind of tend to forget about yourself sometimes, and the more I thought about it, this is a very nice gesture, and I'm looking forward to our future together. And then another bright note, this morning I was walking my dogs, Rona and Roxy, which are laying on opposite ends of the couches, so they're not behind me right now. And I was walking them, and I just, out of the blue, I got a PM, a private message on Facebook, from my cousin, Jonathan. And it was, I don't know, I looked at it, and he wrote to me, just real simple, "You're a gift to this planet." He wrote, "You're a gift to this planet, cousin, exclamation mark. God loves you, exclamation mark, just saying." And I thought that was really, really special, really nice. And I do know what he means by that, and it touched me. I try my hardest to be a good person, and sometimes we're not always good 100% of the time, but I do try. And boy, I'm looking at myself in the camera. This shirt is bright, isn't it? Kind of probably the mood that I'm in. It's hot as heck outside. It's August. Anyway, I am going to share some pictures with you in a second. But I do want the number one thing that people ask me from all around the world is, it seems like fear. Just that one word, 4 letters, is ruining the human race of some kind, because people are so scared of fear, and fear is horrible if you have that, because I know, I'm not saying that I've always been unfearful, but fear can ruin things, and fear holds you back. Fear of the unknown. So this is why so much research has to be done into what you do in your life and what you try to accomplish. You have to break barriers, and you can't be scared of failure. Failure is learning, and I've said this, I don't even know which videos, but I've said it over and over. You have to be able to fail to learn, and you're not always going to hit home runs. That's not the way life is. We make mistakes, but if you fear even trying, you're never going to advance in your life on anything you want to do. In fact, I do have a story about fear. I don't think I've had much fear in my life, ever. And it's probably because of the way my parents raised me. My parents raised myself, my brother, and my sister to be brave and to take life on. I mean, don't question everything as in fear. Think about things and take those chances and those risks, because if I hadn't done those things, I'd have a boring life, to be honest with you. I wouldn't have stories. So when I was small, before, well, my sister was too little, but my mom was a dance teacher, so she did tap, jazz, and ballet, and she loved her dancing, and she was good. And because she didn't have girls first, and it was myself and my brother, of course my mom put my brother and I in dancing class. And here's a little bit of proof of that, and you can laugh all you want, because I do every time I see this. That's me, the tall one, and that's my brother Tommy. Tommy grew up to be a football player, believe it or not, and I grew up to be a motorcycle racer. My brother did try racing motorcycles, but he just wasn't as good as football. I rode motorcycles, but I wanted nothing to do with football. So there we are. Of course, but there's our tap shoes. Oh my gosh. I wish I had those. We could do the shuffle ball chain. We could do certain positions. Anyway, but here's a kind of, this is an older picture, but you can see my brother. I'm in the white t-shirt, and my brother's the buff one. So he grew up to be Mr. Macho, and I grew up to be the gay motorcycle racer, which was fine with me. So here's a picture of me in 1975, and this is on my 250 YZ Yamaha at Saddleback Park in California. And we raced 3 races back then, and I actually won all 3 motos. And this was back in the height of my career, basically. The people that know about motocross knows that that's a Bates chest protector, and that bike was a 2-stroke. Awesome times, that's for sure. All right. So when I talk about the fear, I go back as a childhood. When my mom had us in dancing, of course, there's not much fear to that, huh? Except for getting up in front of a crowd. My brother and I used to dance for convalescent hospitals and homes. We used to sing too. He's probably going to kill me. Anyway, it was fun, but the only fear you have is stage fright, basically. But of course, I was a ham, so it didn't make any difference to me. But my dad had come up to me during this time and said, and I was playing baseball too. So I was playing baseball, I was a pitcher. My dad said to me, do you want to dance? Do you want to play baseball? Or do you want to race motorcycles? And gosh, I remember that when he said that, I was like, oh my gosh, I want to race motorcycles. That was my first response. He knew I was a good rider. He already had got me a bike before, and we would ride in the field. He would take me out to certain tracks, and yeah, I could ride like the best of them. And he knew that, so he wanted to give me the opportunity. The part that, the reason why I'm so strong today, I think, is because of my parents. Because they didn't they didn't try to hold me back. They let me live life. They let me try. They didn't scare me. They were 100% behind me racing motorcycles. How many kids can say that in today's world? How many kids could say that back then? I mean, motorcycle racing is dangerous, but everything you do in life is dangerous. If you do nothing in life, it's dangerous. So things happen, and things happen for a reason. So because they never put the fear in my mind over anything, I don't think I ever had any fear. The only thing I don't like is heights. And that's not something from my parents. That's just something I feel. But the lack of fear from my parents made me confident in what I did. So the confidence that I have today was planted as a seed as a young boy. And yeah, I raced like hell. We raced all over the place, and I crashed. I could never even count the times I've crashed and gotten hurt. Nothing major, but I did get hurt quite a few times. I think one story I have, this popped in my head right now. Back in 1970 or so, when I was racing at Saddleback, my bike was a Penton 125, which is an old bike, and it wasn't then, and it had a metal gas tank. On top of the gas tank, it had a metal cap with the thing that came up. And so I went over a jump, and I missed a shift, and I came down really, really hard on my nuts. Yes, on my nuts. And when I hit my nuts, I lost my breath and fell off the bike, and I was laying there. I couldn't even breathe. I couldn't see. I hit them that hard, and I've never felt anything like that. And it wasn't pain. It was like a numbing sensation throughout my body. And I remember not my dad, but my mom came running over, and I could tell she was upset. She started crying, and I was fine. I was conscious. I had to get my feeling back first. And I remembered saying, Mom, I'm okay. It just hit my nuts. So I know it sounds weird, but that was one of the first ones that popped into my head. But racing made me competitive as a person. It made me aware. It made me train. It made me think. So my racing career back in the day was actually made me the person I am today. So I'm just tearing up a little bit because my parents were just incredible. So, okay, let's do one more picture. Okay, let's do one more. Oh my God, this picture is going to be hilarious because this is like the Jetsons or way back in the 60s. This is my dad's the gentleman in the black suit. My mom with the B-52 hairdo. That was the do back in the day. My brother Tom to the right with the full head of hair. Now he's bald, and I have some hair left. And my sister Jenny, my brother Tom, and then there I am. Okay. Now, what you can't see is my brother and I have a pair of Beetle boots on. And those were so trippy. Look at our shirts, all the way up to the collar. Anyway, this was our family, and it was an awesome family. I just had to show that picture. That's a cool picture. Anyway, okay, so when I talk to these people about their fear of the disease, most of them, I'll be honest with you, I get tons of calls from people that don't know if they're HIV positive or not. So they're freaking out. They don't feel good. They don't feel right. They've got sores, or they've got a headache. They have fever. And most of them are so scared about learning the truth that I'm spending most of my time just making them feel relaxed and try to feel calm until they know for sure. And when you stress over things that you're unsure of, that can make you feel sick, and that can do wild things to you, and that can give you headaches and all kinds of stuff and make you feel things throughout your body. So there's no sense of stressing over something, even if you do find out you're HIV positive. Nobody wants the disease. Nobody wants any of the diseases that are out there. But you still have to accept it and deal with it and learn from it. And, we don't pick our journeys in life sometimes. Sometimes we try, but things come to us. And things come to us for a reason. And sometimes you can question it, but you're not going to get the answer. Sometimes you just have to accept your journey that you're on, no matter what it is, and accept that this is the cards you were dealt by whoever you believe, whoever creator you think is the creator. There's all kinds of religions and all kinds of people believe in all kinds of different theories, and that's fine. But just accept yourself on how you are, who you are, and what you've been dealt with. You will not get through life if you fight everything you have, and you whine and you bitch and you complain, and you give up. Don't ever fucking give up. That's not even an option. That should not be an option in your head in giving up. And this is why I'm against a lot of the medications, because it makes it too simple. You're not taking responsibility for yourself. You're just popping pills and listening to somebody else's opinion about you, when you need to study and you need to learn about whatever you're facing. You need to know the facts, and do not rely on other people. This is the whole part about being responsible for you. Please be responsible for yourself. You'll make things in the long run. There's some work that goes to that, but in the long run, you'll know yourself, and then you'll begin to love yourself because you know what you're doing to your body. So real fast, nutrition. You thought you guys were going to get away with it? Well, there's a few more things that I failed to show you that I do, and I'm only going to show you three small things, and then we'll go someplace else with this right now. So organic flaxseed meal. The reason why I'm not going to tell you all the benefits is because I'd be here for each item like for an hour. That's how healthy this stuff is for you. I do 2 scoops in my protein shake every morning. Read about flaxseed meal. It comes in different ways of taking flaxseed, but I always try to do the meal or the seeds, either one. Okay. The other excellent thing that I do, let me see if you can see this, kind of Brazilian nuts. I buy those in a health food store, but you don't have to. I buy them in a health food store. I buy them by the pound. So then I put them in a Tupperware container. Brazilian nuts are probably the best nuts that you could possibly eat for energy, for testosterone, for selenium, which you need if you're HIV positive. But even if you're not HIV positive, please read about Brazilian nuts. You can OD on Brazilian nuts, so you don't want to take too much. I take 5 a day. They're somewhat kind of. I just dropped my nut. You have to have fun in life too, okay? So this is a Brazilian nut. Okay? They're bigger than a peanut. Some are a little bit bigger than others. And I put 5. They say 4 to 5, but I'm always pushing the envelope, so I do 5. Okay, and the seasoning, I've talked to about you guys about the seasoning before, but I always forget to bring it out. 21 Sloot seasoning from Trader Joe's, but of course you don't have to get this from Trader Joe's, but it has absolutely, I don't know if you can see, I'm going to make you all dizzy here. It has no sodium whatsoever. So you want to take stuff that has no sodium. I don't even know if you can read that. Anyway, no sodium, and it tastes fantastic. So I put this on my spinach, my mushrooms, my carrots, broccoli, cauliflower, all my veggies, and I even put it on my salmon that I eat. So it's flaky, it's delicious, and it's guilt-free. So, okay, just keep an open mind, guys. Please keep an open mind. Keep asking the questions. I've got some surprises coming up in the near future, probably 3 weeks out, and I'm going to do a really cool video with somebody asking me off the wall questions, unrehearsed totally, like this was today. Okay? I love you guys. I really enjoy doing this. Peace, love, and chill. Okay? And as I'm doing that, just a quick picture of me and my little bambinos. That's Gina and Jessica and myself. My girls are now 33 and 32, and I'm going to be 61 next month. All right. Peace. Love you. Bye-bye.